Just as God made me, baby. Haven't voided the warranty yet. Incidentally, if there is a warranty, I suspect it's around 40 years. Because just like every warranty, you know, stuff starts going wrong towards the end of it, and I'm nearly there, and things are starting to go wrong in really interesting ways. The other day I woke up, my eyebrow hurt. Not entirely sure what eyebrow-related activity I was involved in the day before, but it must have been pretty strenuous. I mean, maybe I was working on my come hither looks, just... Yeah, the guys love that. With those kind of skills, it shouldn't be a surprise to you that I'm married. Been married 8 years. Thank you. That is a response for that. Been married 11 years if you count my first husband. Not sure why people don't do that. Hell, I want credit for time served. Got a good feeling about this marriage. I think it's gonna last. Gonna start picking out matching walkers and fanny packs right now. My husband and I are more broke than usual currently. The reason I say that is because when you're lower middle class, you're always kind of broke, you know. You have enough to get by, but you don't have enough for like any extras. Kind of like that scene in Deadpool, you know, where they put him in the glass case and they give him enough oxygen to live, but he always feels like he's suffocating. It's like that, except instead of oxygen, it's the ability to buy bras from places other than Walmart. Incidentally, I don't think Walmart actually tests their bras on human women. Because if they did, somebody somewhere would inform them that they need to make them out of something other than sandpaper and bullwhips. It's exactly what it feels like. You go to adjust yourself and ow! My husband and I don't have any kids. It's not that we don't like kids, it's that my uterus doesn't. It's okay. At this point, I'm kind of like, good job, uterus. I like being able to go and do what I want, when I want. Like being able to go to sleep without worrying about some creepy-ass kid waking me up at 3 in the morning asking for water. It's kind of nice. We do have 3 dogs and a cat, though, and absolutely no privacy. We're both big animal lovers. I mean, we've had pets for so long that I'm not entirely sure I could go to sleep without the smell of dog farts to guide me into dreamland. Now, I can tell right now which ones of y'all have dogs that you sleep in bed with, because you get me. For those of you who don't, let me explain. Dogs have some sort of radar in their asses that they can position themselves in such a way that when they're laying there with you and they pass gas, it lands directly in your face. I'm also pretty sure I'm incapable of using the bathroom alone at this point. I always have an audience. It's bad enough that when I go someplace and there aren't any animals, I just grab a stranger and I'm like, look, here's the deal. I need to use the restroom and I need you to maintain uncomfortable eye contact with me the entire time. Of course, it's even worse if I'm at somebody's house who does have animals that aren't my own, because they tend to ask questions if you just scoop up their cat and run to the bathroom. So I'm a female comedian, and as a female comedian, I feel you're required to talk about your vagina. Let's get that out of the way. Vaginas are weird. I know. I have one. I saw it once, and it scared me. Looked like a Yeti with a bad comb over. That's why I call it my vagina. Literally nothing else fits. It's not a cute little cunny. It's not a playful little pussy. It's not even a hard-banging cunt. I have a refined Southern gentleman living in between my legs who has to be introduced formally. This is my vagina of the Atlanta Vaginas. He'll be joining us for this evening's entertainment. I love that joke. I tell the shit out of that joke. If you've heard it before, I'm not even sorry. It's a great joke. I like thinking about a refined Southern gentleman, you know, sitting there in a rocking chair, drinking a mint julep, wondering who he's going to take to this year's cotillion. Don't usually tell puns, but it hurt me right about here in my brain, so I think I did it right. Yep. So, I'm a big girl. I don't know if you can tell, this outfit is slimming as hell. Been a big girl all my life, and there's one reason for that. I love food. Shocking, I know. But I do. I love food, and it does not matter, sweet, sour, savory, salty, I will destroy it. Except celery? Fuck celery. And fuck anyone who tries to turn it into a fun snack. You know the people I'm talking about. They come in with a platter with celery on it that they're trying to hide under peanut butter and raisins. And they take a piece and eat it like it's good, and they're like, oh, isn't this fun? No, celery is not fun. Celery is lettuce that gained water weight and got sad. That's why it tastes like chlorophyll and regret. If you come at me with celery, it better be shoved in a turkey's ass. That is the only situation celery's acceptable. I need to work out more. Problem with that is, they lie to you about that. They talk about, oh, you need to work out and then have a rest day. What they don't tell you is a rest day doesn't actually make you feel rested. It just makes you feel a little less sore right before you do it again. Kind of like that one scene in Deadpool with the glass cage, you know, except instead of the oxygen, it's the ability to bend over and tie your own shoes. Yeah. So I'm 37 years old. You are right to not applaud that. There is nothing at all interesting about being 37. I've been able to vote for a while, drink for a while. Hell, I can even rent a car and take it across state lines now. I am awesome. One thing about being 37, my 20-something friends seem to think that I should be wise by now. Yeah, like I should have learned something. They'll come to me, they're like, Jen, I'm having this problem, and maybe you can help me. You're so wise. And I'm sitting here in mismatched socks and my husband's underwear because laundry day's hard. I think they're barking up the wrong tree there. One thing that is notable, I did grow up before the internet. Younger people, there was a time before that. I have fully embraced the internet age. And one thing I really love about the internet is the ability to look up song lyrics. Because it turns out that I've been reading these song lyrics all wrong this whole time. Like the Michael Jackson's Beat It. Y'all know that song? Yeah. Just beat it. No one wants to beat it, feed it. See, what I thought it said for the longest time was, no one wants to see you beat it. To be fair, both statements are equally true. Fellas, nobody wants to see that. I don't know what it is about a guy masturbating, but that is the angriest looking thing you've ever seen. I mean, it's like they're mad at their dicks for some reason. It's like a survivor trying to furiously start a fire or something. Thank you. Yes. Ooh, I love this this crowd, man. Y'all are actually paying attention and shit. I'm not used to that. But no, I do have to, and I'm going to close out with this, appeal to the men in the audience. Guys, please be kind to your dicks. Please. I mean, the future generations depend on this. And I'm not a medical expert, but I do believe that if you pull on it hard enough, it will come off. And that shit don't grow back. Like that one scene in Deadpool. All right, guys. Well, that's my time. Coming up next, we got Adam Lee. Very funny